The deal has been done to form a new coalition government, with Olaf Scholz set to become Chancellor on December 6th. The three parties that make up the traffic light coalition, as it's known, the Social Democrats, the Greens and the Liberals, presented their plan for government in Berlin today. With the deal now in place, it brings an end to the Angela Merkel era that lasted 16 years. Incumbent Chancellor Scholz spoke earlier and reaffirmed Germany's commitment to the European Union.
A sovereign Europe is key to our foreign policy. It's our task as an economically strong and populous country in the heart of Europe to enable, promote and advance this sovereign Europe.
Let's bring in Kate Brady, who's in Berlin for us. Kate, great to see you. So the Traffic Light Coalition has been sealed. Who gets what ministries and what's their plan for government?
Well, this new so-called traffic light coalition, named because of the party's three colours that are participating in it, came with a rather nifty slogan as well, saying that they're the Alliance for Freedom, Equality and also Sustainability. And there are indeed elements of that woven into the coalition deal, with a focus especially on social and climate issues. And also there was a lot of talk today about modernisation and a new start for Germany. And it goes without saying that especially during the pandemic, some of Germany's shortcomings really were laid bare, especially when it comes to digitalisation and education, and as well, of course, when it comes to climate policy as well. Some of the forest fires and those deadly floods that we saw over the summer here in Germany really bringing home some of the key issues, and that certainly is being reflected in this new coalition deal. So there are plans, at least in this coalition deal now, to phase out the use of coal-fueled energy by 2030. That would be 8 years earlier than currently planned. But on social issues as well, we're expecting to see the minimum wage rise up to 12 euros per hour, the legalisation of cannabis as well, a huge issue that's been talked about for a long time. And for migrants here as well, a huge talking point here in Germany today, the fact that people will be able to apply for citizenship here in Germany after living here for only 5 years instead of the current 7. And most importantly of all, they will be able to retain dual citizenship, something that's been a contentious issue for many, many years, especially for the thousands of Turkish Germans here living in the country, and also their descendants as well, who are often forced to choose between either Turkish or German citizenship. But in terms of the ministries, we're still waiting on confirmation of some of them. As you mentioned already, Olaf Scholz, it looks like he's going to be indeed the next German Chancellor. The Bundestag, the German Parliament, will have to vote on that. Annalena Baerbock, she was the Green Party Chancellor candidate. It looks like she's going to be the Foreign Minister. And one of the big sticking points, it seemed for a while, was the Finance Ministry. Big question was whether that was going to go to the business-friendly Free Democrats, or FDP, or to the Greens. In the end, it looks like it's going to the Free Democrats party leader, Christian Lindner. But for a long time, the Greens were concerned that with Lindner in the Finance Ministry, some of their climate policy issues might not get fully implemented. The business-friendly FDP are much more in favour of technological solutions to dealing with climate change, whereas the Greens want to see more state regulation and government investment. But it seems at least there has been a compromise reached there. The Green Party leader, Robert Habeck, is going to take on the rather mammoth ministry of the economy and climate ministry. So it seems that there is some kind of compromise being reached there.
OK, Kate, very briefly, huge issue regarding COVID awaiting the Chancellor. What's the government's plan?
Absolutely. This has been described as a huge shadow hanging over this new government, but we've seen already that they did manage to push through Parliament their new plans. The new infection protection law, as it were, came into force today, with some new rules now in place. People being checked on public transport, spot checks at least, on public transport to ensure that they're vaccinated, recently recovered or tested. New rules in the workplace as well today. But it goes without saying, this is still a huge issue and is really going to hang over this new government. Already last night, the party leaders that are included in this new coalition met with Angela Merkel to talk about the severity of the situation here in Germany right now.